What's up, guys? We're back with another video. Today we're gonna be checking out these OG caps. I got some New York fat caps, some New York outlines, and some Rusto fats. Now these caps have been around for years, but they've been a little bit orphaned in the graffiti world because so many cans don't use these valves anymore. So we still carry them because there's still a lot of people that use them, but you know, they are definitely declining. But here's the deal. In a recent video, we covered these cans. As far as I know, they're one of the few domestic cans on the market these days that feature the old school valve. Now there are other dollar cans that do too, but let's get real. These are the best ones of the bunch. So we're gonna go ahead and check them out today. New York outline, Rusto fat, and the New York fat cap. See you guys in a second. Okay, let's go ahead and get started in no particular order. I got a New York fat cap right here. Let's go ahead and see how it sprays. This is about 5 to 6 inches. This is about 8 inches, and this is right up on there. So as you can see, you are gonna get a little bit of a flare with these cans with the New York fat cap. It's not gonna be quite as pronounced as the old Krylon cans, but you are gonna get a little bit of a flare characteristic with it. The nice thing about these is it's gonna be a nice universal cap for most people. So for me, it's actually an outline tip. I can use it for outlining, detail work and stuff like that because these cans are a little bit lower pressure. Let's go ahead and check out the New York outline. On this can, let's go ahead and see real quick. Okay, 5 to 6 inches, about 8 inches, and then right up on it. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, so that's the New York outline. So as you can see, you're gonna get a little bit of a smaller spray, but it's not significantly much smaller because these cans have just such low pressure coming out of them. But you will be able to get that detail work you're looking for. Very nice clean cap. If you're using these dollar cans, you're gonna really enjoy using it. You can get the little flares, or I'm sorry, the little fades. If you wanna fade around your stuff, which is nice. You can still get those clean lines and everything with the cap. A lot of fun to use. This will be great for rocking little characters if you're into that. Yeah, easy peasy, man. If you're into that kind of thing, you're gonna love this cap. Excellent choice. So very thin, very low pressure, nice cap. Let's go ahead and check out the Rusto fat. All right, sick. Here's the Rusto fat right here. Now this will be a great stock tip for these, Home Depot. Definitely give us a call. This is gonna be a great cap for these cans. It puts out a lot of paint. So if you're trying to, really cover the wall, this is gonna be a great choice for you. It's actually faster spraying than the New York outline. Now the one thing is it won't be much fatter, but it's gonna put out a higher volume. So let's go ahead and check it out. Okay, the physical line is not gonna be much fatter than the New York, but you are seeing much more paint come out. So if I was doing a fill-in, I would probably use this Rusto fat over all the other caps. It's just gonna lay down so much paint. So why don't we do that real quick? We'll do a quick throwy, see how it sprays. I'm gonna use the Rusto and the New York together. We're not gonna use the New York outline because it's just gonna be too slow to do a fill-in with, but maybe we can use it on the outline. I don't know, we'll see what's up. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and do a throwy real quick. Up first is the Rusto. Yeah, this thing really lays down the paint so much better than the other caps. You can just see it right off the bat. It's just laying down a nice thick line. Not the fattest, but it does come out fast and very consistent. And if you're trying to fill in really quickly, this would definitely be the cap you want to use. Highly recommend the Rusto fat on these HDX cans. They're really cheap, they don't clog easy, and they definitely should go the business with you. Okay, let's go ahead and check out the New York fat cap. As expected, it's not going to be quite as fat, but that's okay. We're just playing around. It's a much softer spray. I don't think you're getting any less of a quick spray with it, but when it comes to filling, it's not gonna be quite as satisfying as the Rusto. You can tell the paint is laying down a lot thinner than the Rusto does, although it does paint very nice. It's very smooth, and if you gotta get in those tight corners like this, right? You're gonna have much better luck with the New York fat cap than you are with the Rusto. So controllability, I gotta say the New York, what was it called? The New York fat cap is gonna be the better choice. Dude, I've been using these caps for so many years. You think I'd know what they're called, right? Just for shits and giggles, let's go ahead and try out the New York outline. It's gonna be really slow, but I thought it would be funny to give it a shot here. All right, New York outline. Let's see what this boy does. Slow boy. Now, to give you guys an idea of how these types of sprays were mounted in consumer products, it'll give you a better understanding of how they work, okay? So the New York Fat Cap was mostly used on glass cleaners. So if you've ever used like Windex glass cleaner or Sprayway, the OG stuff, those have male cans now, but when they had female cans, they would use the New York Fat Cap. And if you think about how they spray, the way they atomize the spray, glass cleaner has a very soft and wide spray. So that's what the New York Fat Cap does, and it works really great with your spray paint. The Rusto Fat is often used on spray glues, like spray adhesives and things like that. So types of material that comes out very thick and fast, right? So that's what the Rusto Fat was designed for. Spray adhesives, etc. The New York Outline was often used for like clear coats, like the Krylon clear coats. You can find these on those pretty often. The Krylon shortcuts, any type of small can where you needed to do like detail or finishing work, that's what the New York Outline was for. So that kind of gives you an idea of how they spray, right? Like a softer, thinner spray versus a very coarse fat spray versus a soft, feathery fat spray. Does that make sense, guys? I hope it does. I know I talk a lot, but I'm just trying to give you guys all the detail that you need so when you get out there, you know what you're doing, you know? It's a cold world out there. Sometimes I feel a little frosty myself. So anyways, let's go ahead and fill this in. Just want to give you the help that you need, guys. Okay, so as you can see, I did fill in with the New York Outline just fine, but it did take quite a bit to get that fill in there. The Rusto Fat definitely gave a more satisfying fill. It's much more full and consistent versus the New York Fat Cap. You see the line quality is better here, where you're still getting a little bit of tiger stripes, even though I thought I was filling it in pretty decent. The reason why is the feathering of the New York Fat Cap. It's a soft feathery spray, so the edges aren't going to be quite as hard. So if you overlap, you may get some push through. Okay, so that's good enough. Get these spots right here. So bottom line, if you want to do a throwaway with an HDX can, get yourself a Rusto Fat. If you're doing pieces and whatnot, you want to outline, get yourself a New York Outline. For all around use, get the New York Fat Cap, and it's definitely the best cap when it comes to outlining throwaways, or if you wanted to do like I don't know, like some tags or something like that, the New York Fat Cap's really good for that. I don't have an outline color. Let me see if I got something kicking around here. All right, so I don't have anything domestic, so we'll use this flame can for the outline, and we're just doing the outline, so it's okay, guys. All right, this is FB106 Signal Yellow. Looks like a good color. Now the thing with these yellows is sometimes they don't go over the black completely, so I'm sometimes compelled to do another outline over it just so it's nice and thick. That's a personal preference thing. I've seen people just do single outlines with the yellows. I guess it depends on what you're doing. If I was hitting a freight, I would probably want to double it up a little bit because that stuff will fade in the sun. But bottom line, the New York Fat Cap is a great outline tip for throwaways. I think you guys will love it. You can mix the flame blues with these, no problem. The flame oranges will work. The Molotovs will work. Excellent stuff. So why don't we? All right, so let's go ahead and check out the Rusto Fat on a can of Rusto with a pink adapter. Honestly, I really like this as a stock tip on the Rusto. They really should have come out with these. Now, it's not gonna spray the way it used to, and I thought about that, and we're gonna introduce this later in the video, so just hang tight, guys. This cap is great. It's better than the stock tip. It's really smooth. You know, if you wanna get those nice fadey lines and stuff like that, it's a great cap for the Rusto, but it's losing a lot of its pressure because of, well, the narrow urethra of this valve. It's a failed valve. I know a lot of you guys, you know, wanna stick to it, but Rusto really screwed up putting this valve on the can. They had a lot of problems with it. Don't even get me started. But if they had native sitting Rusto Fats on their old valve, they would be awesome because that's really what made these cans shine. So let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna set this aside. You know what? Let's check out the New York Outline and the New York Fat Cap on this while we're at it. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. All right, so this is the New York Fat Cap on the Rusto can. Now again, you're losing a lot of pressure because of the narrow urethra. It's not gonna spray quite the same. But it's not bad. Let's check it out. It's gonna be a much softer spray than the Rusto Fat, but you are getting a little bit of a fatter spray. Let's check it out here. You know, you are getting a little bit of a flare, but because of the pressure loss, the edges are a little bit more feathery than it should be. Now, the cool thing about this is these used to not fit on Rustos. They would actually make your hand all wet. So you're actually able to use them now, which is cool, but the natively sitting Rusto Fat on an old school Rusto can, you can't beat it, guys. You can't beat it. And again, I got a surprise for you guys. in a second. Let's go ahead and move on to the New York outline on the Rusto can, because I know you guys want to see that as well too. This is a good combo, actually. Remember, these caps are very cheap, and unlike the New York Fat Cap, where the mold is broken, you can still get Rusto Fats in New York outlines. Those will still be around. For how long, I don't know, but at least for now, they're still available. Let's go ahead and check out the New York outline. Now, on video, it may look very similar to the New York Fat Cap, but it's actually spraying a lot softer, and I'm running out of room here. I think I'm gonna get off the camera here, but that's okay. You guys get the picture.